Hello, everybody, and welcome to the commentary for the Qatar Grand Prix. With me, Lucky. Hello, Lucky.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. And before we begin, because we know that there is people, looking for that. Damn it, too version. I have no idea. An idea what Sandy is saying is probably have to do with the I don't know. Anyway, so people want to know about Simos. There are news, actually, contrary to what we said before, he is not in a prison in South America. Yes, that just came in. Actually, last news, but still up for review, is in Africa, and is helping building a children's hospital. So there you go.
A noble cause.
A noble cause.
A noble cause indeed.
Yeah. So yeah. So those are the last news that we know of, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But this is what we know right now. The problem is that he decided to build a children's hospital in an area which is full of, basically, it's in the middle of a civil war. So we don't really know. What's going on? But it's good. It's fine. It's helping children with AIDS, and yeah, it's super good. So yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Carry on. Move along.
Poor African children.
Yes, there is that. Yes. Anyway, so the Qatar Grand Prix. What a weekend. Yeah.
What a weekend. What a catastrophe. Let's be honest about this. It was a catastrophe.
Well, for McLaren, it was.
Yeah,
for
for
Norris,
McLaren.
particularly, yeah.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, we're gonna have another weekend with a potential free person able to win the championship, and we have we'll show it later because we have something, like a table. I was trying. Actually asked, Lucky to go for a Venn diagram thing. We were not able to do that. So yeah, too bad. But it's a table. It has colors. So we'll try to figure out because it's mental. It's really complicated. Anyway.
There's a lot of permutations that can happen in the next race. And there will be no Michael Massey required for an exciting Grand Prix.
Yeah, who's going to be the next Michael Massey? Who knows? Anyway, quick recap of the race. We also have, of course, the sprint race, which I couldn't be bothered because basically, they arrived the same way they started. Nothing really happened, right? I think Norris won, and then Verstappen and Piastri, something like that, or Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, I think it was.
And I've lost it now. Yeah, Russell was second or something, wasn't he? Third.
Oh yeah. Anyway, it wasn't really interesting. It's not that the race was going to be more interesting given the sprint race. Basically, there was nobody overtaking, nothing happening, and all that stuff. But actually, the race turned out to be quite interesting, considering the type of circuit. Before getting in the race, there's a couple of things we have to say. The first one is that they shortened the DRS zones, so it was even more difficult to overtake, as if it was needed in that absolutely travesty of a track. and the other thing is that for some reason they had some issues with how long the tires were going to last, the safety of the thing. So basically there was a mandate to have a mandatory 2 stops for the tires, and they were told that the cars should not be driving more than 25 laps on the same set of tires. So the race starts, and this thing is going to become interesting because, the race starts and nothing really happened besides the fact that, again, Norris had a very bad start. Piastri managed to jump ahead. Verstappen second, Norris third, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was going on according to plan. Nothing really special. Lap number 7, something happened. I think it was Gasly that bumped into... Yeah, but I think what Gasly into Hülkenberg or something like that. Anyway, Hülkenberg, spins out. They have to call the safety car. And the lap is lap number 7 of 57. What happens is that everybody but the two McLaren stop to change the tires. So there are 50 laps remaining. You change the tire now, and you have exactly you can split the pit stop. 25 laps and 25 laps. Perfect. Everybody but the McLaren. McLaren, decide to carry on because papaya rules, I think, because they didn't want to favor somebody or another. Anyway, that turned out to be a massive mistake from McLaren. The race
at the start of lap 10, when the safety car came in, you had the whole field line astern.
Yeah.
Piastri and Norris at the start.
Yeah.
The only two cars that weren't on fresh tires were, of course, the McLarens.
Yes. So the race restarts. The two McLaren, go ahead, but the other one got fresh tires, and they don't have to stop. The McLaren, I think they stopped lap 32 and 33, stuff like that. Piastri stops before Norris. They actually managed to make a very fast pit stop, especially Norris, that, just for, I think, half a second, he missed a whole train of cars with Alonso on ahead and like 6 cars, one after the other. He just barely missed that. But lo and behold, they get back, and I think Norris is third or second, and Piastri is second, and Norris is behind Antonelli in 5th position. 1, 2, 3, 4th position. There was an astonishing Sainz, which got a massive jump in the chaos that was the pit stop, because keep in mind that everybody pit at the same time. It was like the M1 at rush hour. Everybody in the pit changing tires. Somebody couldn't get off. Sainz took managed to find a lucky spot, and he managed to overtake a lot of people in the pit lane, while some other were less lucky, like Antonelli. Berman had some kind of an issue, and the whole thing actually repeated after 25 laps, because again everybody had to stop. So that happened again. Lo and behold, because of that idiotic tactic from McLaren, they managed once again, as Lucky likes to say, to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. And they ended up Verstappen first, Piastri second, Sainz third, Norris by the skin of his teeth managed to get fourth, only because Antonelli made a mistake at the very last lap. He just lost his rear, because if that didn't happen, Norris would have been 5th and actually gained 2 points, which they were going to become really important for the next race. And that was pretty much the whole race in a nutshell. Massive mistake by McLaren. They had a car which was faster than all the other ones. Piastri likes that track a lot. and they managed to lose it again. That opened some interesting options for the last race, where the championship is going to be decided. That's all I have to say. Lucky, what you think about the race?
Well, I think this is. Let's hope this doesn't go down as the race where McLaren handed Max Verstappen another title, because it's so possible now. We'll go through the permutations a wee bit later, but we'll start with driver of the day. I'm going to go with someone you've mentioned already a little bit, Carlos Sainz.
Yeah,
driver of the day, I think. He managed to get that Williams up into third.
Yeah. No. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that.
He also in the team radio, he showed that he was super on point of the situation, which was all around him. He asked for the times from Antonelli first, and then he asked the times from Norris, and say, oh, with this pace, Norris going to have a hard time, overtaking Antonelli, which was actually what happened. And yeah,
I think that was a good result for Carlos Sainz. 4 years to the day since the passing of Frank Williams as well. A great result for Williams and Carlos Sainz. Moving on to him, let's go with our guy, who is, of course, Isaac and the Beanstalk Hajar.
It's more your guy. Come on.
Oh, all right, my guy.
Is it our guy? Okay, yeah, okay, our guy. Okay.
It was a horrible weekend for poor Isaac. He finished out the points in the sprint. He was ninth, and there's only points up to eighth, so he didn't do well there. Yuki Tsunoda, on the other hand, got a fifth. I believe.
Before going to Hajar, I think he lost a piece of his car, and he got a flat at the last lap.
Well, yeah, it was. We'll come to that.
Okay.
In the sprint race, as I said, he was out with the points. It's a bad weekend. However, Lawson, he was well out with the points. He was way back down the field. However, Yuki Tsunoda, in his penultimate race for Red Bull, managed to get a sprint race rather for Red Bull.
Yeah.
He managed to get a fifth place, which was good for his future. Although I think perhaps that's already decided at Red Bull. And as you were saying, poor Isaac Hajar, 2 laps from the end of the main race, while in sixth place, he got a puncture, which unfortunately gave him last running car at the end. He's actually classified as a did not finish.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was really unlucky for the poor lad. Sixth place in that Grand Prix would have been an excellent result for his career. However, I think from what I'm seeing on the websites, perhaps he'll be in a Red Bull next year.
Maybe, I don't know.
Consensus of opinion at the moment, but you know how it is. It's the end of the year, and people say silly things.
Yeah,
the money starts talking, and things will change. So, unfortunately, he wasn't the best of the rest Red Bulls this race, but he's still.
Sorry, before you move on, it was really funny the radio messages from Hajar in the 2 laps, because he started complaining there was something wrong with his car, and basically it was like the small, flap in front of the front wing, which was, flapping all around. Yeah. I said, well, there's something wrong. Check it out. I said, no, it's okay. And then, a lap later, it just flew away.
Yeah.
And he said, well, it's broken down. And on the radio, said, no, it's all fine. It's not fine. I have a puncture. Oh, yeah, you have a puncture. Yeah, stop. It was brilliant. The guy was all over the place. And the guys at the pit were actually not really helping.
Okay, so I did hear this morning from a good friend of the show, who's of course Mike Crack. He sent me a text. I didn't even message him today. He sent me
Yeah.
a text out of the blue, which said, "McLaren, what a bunch of twats."
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Didn't even mention Lance Stroll, who was, of course, another DNF
Oh yeah, of
at
course.
the end of the race. DNF, it's his MO, isn't it? Start the race,
Yeah.
best Canadian starter, worst Canadian finisher of all
I think
time.
that Lance Stroll right now, it reminds me of the person. I don't know if you got the same in the UK or somewhere. Sometimes when you go in the same bar, or pub, they give you like a small card and you punch it, if you get a coffee, and then after 10 coffee, 10 beers, you get a free one. And,
Yeah,
and and I think the Stroll is doing the same with the races. He's got to punch his ticket because at the end they'll probably give him a watch or
yeah,
a teddy bear or something like that. Is it for the prize? But I don't. Yeah.
yeah. His retirement present.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Anyway, the less said about Lance Stroll, I think, the better. So, McLaren, what were you
Yes.
thinking, Fabio?
I don't
Did,
know.
did,
Well, I mean,
it seems there's been a lot of bad decisions in Formula One of late, but I mean, that one was absolutely ridiculous. What were they thinking?
McLaren did all the wrong decisions for all the wrong reasons. I think that they are victim of the papaya rules, and in order for them not to appear to favor one driver instead of the other, they just fuck everything up. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. It's I mean, they might have done. Listen, anything else would have been better. They might have,
Yes,
called one person instead of the other and covered Verstappen with Norris, but that would have favored Piastri or make. So in order not to do that, they decided, yep, fuck it. I'm not gonna touch it with a 10-foot pole, and yeah, you guys do you, and good fucking luck. Yeah,
yeah.
it was really
I
really
think
bad.
this equal treatment of the driver's business is their biggest downfall. And as you say, I mean, any other decision, if they'd done one or the other, either one of them, it didn't matter which one. If they brought them into the pits at the same time,
Mm.
they'd covered both bases. But just to leave them out there, and the the when the safety car came in, as I said, on lap 10, uh, they went over the line with the cars line astern. I mean, they were literally line astern with every car apart from the two McLarens on
Yeah,
fresh tires.
yeah.
I mean, what somebody needs to get their act together there at McLaren for sure.
Sorry. Yeah, before we go on, there was Mike Bruzinac. I think it's on his mobile, I think. He asking where is Simos. Well, we covered that at the beginning of the show. But basically, Simos, right now, I mean, the last news we have is that he's helping building a children's hospital in Africa somewhere. Or in a South American prison. Jury is still up for grabs, so we don't know. But it is good. It is fine. He is doing super good, and he will be back with us. Uh, I don't know if he's gonna be back no, more probably than not. He won't be able to finish the season with us, but maybe we're gonna have like a special thing at the beginning of the year, and by that time he should have found his way back with a probably with a cargo ship or stuff like that. I don't know. We'll send somebody over there to pick him up because yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but he's gonna be back. Anyway, back to the race, and yeah. So, do you want me to try to put up this thing that you found about the?
Sure. Um,
Okay, let me see.
I've
How
also
can
I've
I
also got it
do it?
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, no, I've got it. I got it. Got you
Okay.
covered. Let me. It's
The,
gonna take you a second. So
Basically, what this comes down to is, um, if Norris in the next race is first, second, or third, he's got the championship.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm trying to, and I called it the fuck. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, here it is. Good fucking luck trying to make it successful. So basically, this is where we are. Okay. This is where we see. I'm sorry. Before we go on, we have Ancestors in Atheism is asking. He's probably asking the same. Where is Simos? I think he got the explanation I gave to Mike Bruzenak before.
Darkest Africa.
So yeah. Is it in Africa, helping children with AIDS, or in a South American prison? We don't know. I mean, actually, you can vote in the side chat which scenario you prefer for him to be, and yeah, we'll make sure that happens. Anyway, so this is where we are at, thanks to the beautiful tactic of McLaren in the last race. So let's see. The first one is Lando wins the championship if, yeah, let's say that Lando has to win, right?
First, second, or third, we'll
Yeah.
see him win the championship
Yeah.
for sure. It doesn't matter where the other two guys finish
Right.
at all. As long as he's first, second, or third, he's got the championship. If he's fourth, fifth, or sixth, Verstappen has to be second or lower, and he'll still win the championship.
Yeah.
And then as you work down the scenarios, if he's third, then if he's seventh, eighth, Verstappen has to be third or worse. If he's ninth, 10th, or 11th, Verstappen has to be fourth or worse. But I mean, it's never to come down as low as that.
I think it's more interesting from Max and Oscar point of view. Basically, Verstappen, in order to win the championship, has to win the race, and Lando Norris has to come fourth. That is basically what has to happen.
Yeah.
And Oscar wins the race if Oscar wins the championship if he wins the race, and Norris gets sixth or worse.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter what Max does in that case.
So
really, yeah.
Really all Lando needs to do is finish somewhere in the top three, which he's more than capable of doing. To win the championship. Obviously, there's scenarios where he may get taken out in the race, but even with McLaren's ridiculous rules, I mean, he's still pretty much got the championship in the bag.
The problem with Max is that well, first of all, Max, he hasn't got any teammate because, I mean, honestly, Tsunoda will be of no help, right? So let's say Verstappen, if he gets P1, Lando's got to be P4. So you got to find two people to put between him and Norris. So, okay, one might be Piastri, but I think he won't because, at the last lap, if Piastri's second or third, they will ask him, to get the fuck out of there and have Lando overtake. So it can be Piastri. And, I mean, the only two ones I can see is probably, the Mercedes, Antonelli might be a good, a thorn in Lando's side.
Or in Russell, indeed.
Say what?
Or Russell, either of them.
Russell, yes, both of them. They want to win the race. They want to go to the podium. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, there might be Max needs some outsider, something like Sainz did, in the last race. something like that. So I mean, it's a long shot, and this is of course if Lando Norris doesn't crash.
Well, and if he can get off the start line properly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, they could use Tsunoda as a proper kamikaze driver, you know,
Well,
and
that wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened in Formula
yeah,
One,
yeah, yeah,
for sure.
and yeah.
That's
So
always
yeah,
the thing. But I
what's
think
it?
the only problem there is that Tsunoda hasn't got the pace to be a kamikaze driver.
Yeah,
He'd have to be a
yeah.
kamikaze while he was getting lapped or something.
Well, okay, we've seen some torpedoes happening at the first corner, you know, at the start, right?
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, we've seen some really nice torpedoes going on. I think the last one was Ocon or some, I don't know who the fuck was. He basically didn't break in Austin. Somebody did something like that.
yeah,
So yeah,
it's possible. I mean, it's the last race of the year. There's
yeah.
the end of year sort of free for all that it's going to be with people who are looking to make impressions for next year. So you just never know. You just never know.
But yeah,
of course, you've got the two Ferraris who will be desperate to put in good performances, especially Lewis Hamilton. We can come back to Ferrari in a second, but I'm sure Lewis Hamilton will be wanting to put in a huge effort for the end of the season.
yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to talk about the Ferrari. I mean, you can go ahead and talk about it because it's so depressing for me right now. It's you would not believe it. So yeah, I mean, listen, you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, say everything you want to say about the Ferrari. I promise, I will not say one word. I will cry. So yeah, carry on.
Well, I think we can safely say that Ferrari's a dog at the moment in comparison with the other cars. Leclerc seems to be making a better job of doing things. However, Lewis, again, starting from the pit lane, failed to get out of quali one in both the sprint race qualifying and the race qualifying. So, I mean, it's disappointing for the Hamilton fans. It's disappointing for Ferrari fans. Poor Charles. I mean, he was on the point of spinning so many times, and he caught that car in slides so many times throughout the whole weekend. But eventually, he did lose it and got a spin, which wasn't too detrimental to his positions. But that car just was not a car that was happy going around that track. And Hamilton was actually asked after the race if he thought perhaps he'd be reflecting on his position at Ferrari over the off season. But he's quite adamant that with the new cars coming in, then it's going to be a complete change around and things are going to be absolutely different for Ferrari. So let's hope that's the case, because seeing Hamilton start in the pit lane 2 Grand Prix in a row, I mean, that's just not something that ever happens at Ferrari, is it?
Well, he broke a record,
Okay.
which belonged to Ivan Capelli of the worst performance with the Ferrari. I mean, and Capelli was driving again, also was driving like one of the worst Ferraris ever, like you know. But yeah, Capelli, poor guy, a fantastic driver. I mean, he drove for Leighton House, you know. He was actually one of the first drivers to work with Adrian Newey at Leighton House.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, he broke his record of worst performance with the Ferrari. So yeah, there is that.
I mean, if you're a Formula One fan, it's a shame to see Ferrari at the back, because they're Formula One. Formula One is Ferrari. Everybody knows that. And it's a shame to see them down in such a poor position at the end of the season. According to Hamilton, that car hasn't had any real development since April. And that's what he reckoned in his interview. Whether that's the case or not, I mean, I'm not sure. You can maybe clarify on that. But he's saying there's been no real development. There's been upgrades, but nothing that's substantial to the actual car itself.
I think this is something that bloody idiot of Vasseur said, that they stopped the development in April.
Right.
Which, by the way, you are gonna be my witness. What I said about Vasseur at the beginning. I mean, I don't like that guy. He came from Sauber. He was probably, he was used to, I mean, I don't know, making a 5th place and celebrating the whole year. I mean, I don't like the guy, like, at all. And this car is his car. So there is, they apparently he's got the, his contract has been renewed in August, so he's okay. And I have no fucking idea how they keep. I mean, he still has that job. It's beyond me, really beyond me. I so hope that Christian Horner would jump in. It didn't happen. Actually, I mean. I hope that at a certain point Coletta would have jumped in. The guy which is in charge of the WEC thing in Ferrari. I mean, they set up a thing like from nowhere in 2 years, and now they're world champion. Okay, bang, that happened. So yeah, it blows my mind. But I promise I will not say anything. I just want to. One thing I have to. One thing. Apparently, Gasly, okay, which is driving a fucking Alpine, one of the worst car right now. He told Hamilton, he was behind Hamilton, and apparently he told Hamilton, "Well, I saw your car. Your car really bad. It was really in trouble." So Gasly telling Hamilton, "Yeah, your car is really shit," while he's driving a bloody Alpine. That is the icing on the cake. So okay, fuck it, yeah.
Okay,
I'm out of it.
It's over for Ferrari this year. Let's hope that next year that they're back in the place that they deserve to be. Especially
Hey, listen, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're gonna win the championship next year.
I admire your confidence.
Well, I haven't told you what year is next year. But yeah. Next year we're gonna win the championship. Next year, right? Next. Anyway, okay.
So this Grand Prix weekend, I mean, it was just so dull. Apart from McLaren's catastrophic call at the safety car. There wasn't really much else that happened. We talked about Carlos Sainz bringing the Williams home, which was a brilliant result for him. Unfortunately, his teammate wasn't quite so good. The Red Bulls, Verstappen, of course, what can you say? He just kept that car going around the track. It wasn't the fastest car, but with McLaren's mistake, I mean, they gifted it to him.
Yeah.
All they needed to do was keep that car going around the track, and he had the race.
I mean, everything they had to do is to do something different from what they did. Anything, it would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. It just, I mean, even while it was happening, Lando Norris was on the radio saying, "Look, why didn't you put one of us in and let one of us go just to cover these bases?" And oh no, that we've got a more flexible strategy now, said his engineer. Well, no, you didn't. That was just nonsense. Perhaps if there was no other cars on the track and the two McLarens came out and chased Verstappen, they might have managed to chase him down. But that wasn't reality. There was far too many cars in between them, and Piastri to catch Verstappen was going to have to lap every lap a second faster than Verstappen, and that was never going to happen.
No,
They told him to push, but I mean he could have had fucking jet engines on that car, and he still wasn't able to get anywhere close to Verstappen.
No, you're right. I mean, especially in Qatar, that was a spaceship. At the beginning of the race, I mean, they were making another sport. They were racing on, I don't know. It was another category. It was brilliant, and yeah, cool. I mean, listen, it takes a lot of, I would say guts, but it takes a lot of effort to lose a race like that with those cars from those two guys.
Yeah, fastest two cars on the track.
Yeah.
They've been that way since basically the middle of the summer. They've had that advantage, but they just, with last week's nonsense, 2 cars disqualified, and then this mistake they made in getting a free pit stop. I mean, the whole grid had free pit stop written in front of them, apart from McLaren. It beggars belief why they did this, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. But who else have we got to talk about? George Russell. No, I'll tell you who we're going to talk about first. Is Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
As we know, Norris pushed him until he finally did make a mistake, I think 1 lap from the end.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, Helmut Marko got involved with this.
Really?
And accused Antonelli of deliberately pulling over and waving Norris by. I don't know if you'd heard that.
Listen, I haven't. I'm not surprised. And that only confirms my opinion of Helmut Marko, that he is a blithering idiot. I mean, I don't know what the fuck possessed him to say something stupid. I mean, if he has seen the race, Antonelli was the only one which actually tried to make a little bit of opposition to both Piastri and Norris, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck is possess his mind. Maybe he's got a brain worm like JFK Jr. I don't know. I mean, it's
later in the show we might be able to explain why this is the case.
Well,
however, here's the thing. People listened to Helmut Marko, and as a result of this, Mercedes social media had over 1,100 comments, negative comments about Antonelli, ranging from what a cheater to death threats, believe it or not, over this business. Fortunately, Helmut Marko later retracted this statement. And said that he did apologize and he didn't realize it was a mistake by Antonelli. So he tried to put things right, but I mean, the damage is done. And in these days where people on social media can be so ridiculous, these are the sort of comments that you just need to keep to yourself.
I saw while you were talking, I looked a little bit into it, and I saw a comment by Toto Wolff, and basically said something on the net that only an idiot would think something like that.
Yeah, that's. I was going to come to Toto. Toto was livid, basically, about the whole situation, and quite rightly. It's
and also, I mean, listen, okay. Let's say that Helmut Marko is so retarded that he really thought what he said. Okay, I don't think. I think he just had a brain fart, or he's just senile. I don't know. Okay, you have next race. We saw before that in order for your driver to win the championship, you need to put at least 2 persons between your driver and Lando Norris. And right now, the 2 persons which are more, how can I say, feasible to do that exploit are the 2 Mercedes. do you really want to piss those two drivers off? It makes no fucking sense.
No, it was a completely ridiculous situation
Yeah.
for him to say that. I have no idea why he even thought that. I mean, apparently he said that the first time he saw the incident, it looked like Antonelli had let him pass. But on second review of the overtake, he realized that Antonelli had made a mistake. But I mean, how could you?
He lost the fucking rear. He went on the
Exactly.
gravel. I mean,
Yeah, he's off the
really.
track.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to let somebody by, you pull over to the other side of the track. You don't go off the track.
But yeah, but I
When has
mean,
that ever happened?
not only that. In the same lap, he had Norris on his tail on the straight, and if you want to make him pass, you just move ahead there, right?
Yeah.
No. He closed him, and then he made a mistake. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know what's going on in that guy's head, but we might be able to explain that towards the end of the show, because we're going to have a little Helmut Marko story.
Okay, so anyway, there is one thing before we go to that part that I can say I'm happy for this weekend, and it's an Italian winning the F2 championship. Fornaroli won the championship, and
Excellent.
yeah, I mean it's a really fast driver. Let me see if I can find a picture of Fornaroli, so I can put it there. Yeah, Leonardo Fornaroli. Let me see. There you go. This one will do.
And there's still one round left of the F2 Championship, isn't there?
What? Sorry.
Is there still one round left to go?
Yeah, but he already won.
But he's already won. Yeah.
Yeah. He is mathematically won. So here is Leonardo Fornaroli. Yeah, winning the championship. I mean, fast driver, really fast driver. He won't get in Ferrari, but he's a fast driver anyway. Yeah, and yeah, the just to quick mention that the last driver to win an F2, it used to be called GP2 championship. The last Italian one was Davide Valsecchi, which I think you might recognize. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see, I got a picture. There you go. Because he now is, I think, is a commentator for F1 something. Is one close to Lewis, of course.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. And is a brilliant driver. Always loved the guy. And he was Valsecchi. I mean, he later on became a Lotus driver. He raced for Benetton. Sorry, for Renault. I think it was the third driver of Lotus. I mean, yeah. The only problem with Valsecchi, I mean, it was blazing fast, like damn fast. But he had no money. He really came from a family with no money, and I think it is safe to say that he is the last one of having won a major championship, really coming, from. I mean, I would say poor background, but not in a money-filled environment. So yeah. Anyway, so that's Davide for you, and Fornaroli again, winning the championship. Yeah,
Excellent.
good for him. At least something good happened for the Italians. Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
Let's hope Ferrari look after him then, if he's an Italian.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he wants to go there. I mean, unless they start making a fucking proper racing car, I mean, so yeah, there is that. Anyway, so did you have a story about Helmut Marko? You said before.
Well, is there anything else we need to talk about in this race? Because apart from that, there's nothing much to talk about. As you mentioned, there was Hulkenberg and Gasly had the collision, which put Hulkenberg out. Despite the fact that he was looking pretty good in that car this weekend.
Yeah.
That leaves only one race left of Hulkenberg's career, I think.
Yeah.
In Formula One. Yeah. That may be the end for him, unless something else happens.
Well, I mean, there was that ridiculous penalty that they gave to Berman at the pit stop. He basically he moved, and the rear tire wasn't fully, attached to the car, but he moved with the red light, I mean, the green light.
Green light, yeah.
So,
it wasn't his fault. I mean, it was the
It wasn't his fault at all, right?
Yeah.
But they decided to give him, 10-second penalty. And also the thing is that for unsafe conditions or stuff like that, the problem with that thing, besides being totally bullshit, right? Because that was a fault of the team. I think that he has problems with the points, on his license, on his, F1 license.
Right, okay, super license.
So he's really borderline. But again, that was bullshit. I mean, I can't think of anything else, actually.
Well, there was a few. Antonelli got a 5-second penalty, didn't he? For track limits?
No, I don't think so.
Somebody did. Maybe it was Leclerc.
No, there was somebody else. Maybe Albon. I don't know. Yeah.
There was definitely somebody got a 5-second track limits, and there was a lot of last strike warnings given about track limits. I think Russell's got one. So yeah, it was. It could have changed the positions with these penalties, but it stayed as it was, and we saw the result we did, which was McLaren throwing away.
Yeah.
So, right, I've sent a picture in Discord.
Yes, I'm getting there.
If you can maybe bring that up, and this is going to be the Mr. Quiz because today is going to be a story about the most beloved man in Formula One, who is, of course, Helmut Marko. And when we get the picture up, you'll see that is a crash helmet that belonged to one Helmut Marko. And as you see, there is a great big hole in the visor.
Yeah.
Now, what happened? Well, Helmut Marko was an actual racing driver, believe it or not. I think his Formula One career was very short. However, he did have success in other classes. I think he was either a Le Mans winner or Le Mans runner-up. So, I mean, he had a bit of talent. However, at the 1972 French Grand Prix at Clermont-Ferrand, I hope that's the way you pronounce it, Clermont-Ferrand.
Clermont-Ferrand, yeah, it's good enough. Yeah.
He was following one Ronnie Peterson in his BRM. Ronnie Peterson was driving a March at the time. Peterson went off the track. As he went off the track, a piece of volcanic rock was kicked up, and it hit the helmet, the visor of Helmut Marko, which unfortunately for Marko hit his left eye, resulting in his left eye having to be removed. And that, of course, ended his racing career, because driving with one eye in a racing car is extremely difficult.
It's not the best thing that can happen to you.
Your depth perception kind of goes. But he was 29 at the time, still quite a young guy, especially in 1972 when the age of Formula One drivers was significantly higher than it is today. But yeah, the rock went through his visor, into his left eye. He was taken to hospital, but unfortunately, when he got to hospital, there was no doctor there that could do anything with him. And there was also some problems with the fact that he was Austrian, and they didn't have any means of paying for his hospital
Okay.
bill.
Yeah.
So, believe it or not,
I mean, I didn't know where you were going with that. Yeah, yeah, it's Austrian. Yeah, of course. Yeah, in France.
yeah,
Yeah, and
indeed.
his name was Adolf. What the fuck? Yeah, come on.
He had one of those accents. So, unfortunately, he waited 6 hours for attention in the hospital
Hmm.
before they did anything. But even with that happening, there was no chance. The damage had been done, um, and that was the end of his racing career. So, although he is a complete twat and says stupid things like Antonelli deliberately let Norris by, um, he was actually a racing driver. He was a proper racing driver. Although, from what he says now, this rock may have done a bit more damage than just his left eye. It might have been a bit of brain damage going on there at the same time. But that's what happened to poor Helmut Marko. Now, the only other thing, the only other incident I can think of any sort of comparison would be when Felipe Massa was hit by a loose nut that came off the back of,
Yes.
I think, Jenson Button's brawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where that happened. Can you remember? It was a
I
European
think
track.
I think it was. I can't remember. I mean, I want to say Imola for some
Well, yeah, it could
reason.
well have been Imola, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, Massa was actually lucky because it didn't hit him, the same way that Marco got hit, but he got it like between the upper part of the visor and the lower part of the helmet. Just
Yeah,
just here.
that's right, yeah.
And that's the reason why from that year on it is mandatory all the racing helmets in F1 in order to be homologated they got to have like a carbon fiber piece more on the top of it there to further protect that thing. But yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a horrible accident that poor Massa had. Um,
Hmm.
and he was out of racing for several months
Yeah.
as a result.
Yeah.
But did go on to make a full recovery, fortunately,
Hmm.
and kept driving with Ferrari.
Hmm.
So there we go. One
and
of
now
the
and now and now he's fighting for money for the
well,
for the championship that was, according to him, and I would say
it's
rightly
binding
so,
on.
stolen to him.
Yeah,
And yeah, and there are chances that he's gonna get money out of it. So yeah,
well, yeah. Good luck to him.
yeah,
The case is still. I think the case is actually being heard in the UK,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
it's still ongoing.
It's
There's
still ongoing. No, no. I mean, the reason I said that, it's still ongoing, but it is way more probable than most of the people thought at the beginning of the trial. It kind of. I mean, it is already been said, and that's fair enough. It's not fighting for that he won't be world champion for that year because that is already been adjudicated. That is not. But he is fighting for the money.
Mhm.
I mean, the second best thing, it's not the title, but it's the money which is associated with that, with the title. So yeah, which I think I don't know, something like 40 something million. I mean, it's not peanuts. So
I think
yeah,
it was 60 something that he
yeah,
was looking
see,
for.
yeah,
I mean, it's a lot of cash.
yeah.
I mean,
40, yeah, I heard 42, maybe it's 42 million pounds or 60 million or something like that. But
yeah,
yeah,
euros or dollars. Yeah, but
yeah,
the case is still going on, and I mean, it's not been thrown out or dismissed in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
They keep moving forward with it. So Bernie might have to get some money out from under his mattress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's got a couple of quid stashed there, I believe, that him and Mrs. Eccleston sleep on. Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, listen, man. If you haven't got anything else, I think we can. I mean, close here. We're gonna have another, exciting weekend next weekend.
We are indeed.
Yeah. I mean, listen, on paper, right? I mean, there's not really too much to be fuzzy about. I mean, it would take. I think that last Sunday we saw the worst possible number of mistakes that can be made by a team to lose a race, right? And even if they make exactly the same amount of mistakes with that result, it's gonna be fair play for Norris, I think. So I mean, Max has a fighting chance, but it's gonna be really, really, really hard for him. Still, I think that if you see where he was, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, I mean, that guy is bloody insane. It's crazy, right?
Well, I think, yeah, we kind of had Piastri as the man that was going to win the championship.
Yeah.
From the middle of the year, but how things have changed over the past couple of months.
I know. I mean, the only. I mean, at this moment, I mean, I tell you, I mean, I would really want Verstappen to win for several reasons. Well, first of all, I mean, is a massively good driver. There is no denying that, right? I mean, he's proven day and day and day, and now even with not the best car, I mean, he made a comeback, which it's incredible, just a comeback. And also, it would be super funny because McLaren would be able to lose the championship 2 times in the same year. First with Piastri and now with Norris. And if he loses with Norris, I mean, listen, they have what, 400 something points in the manufacturer championship. Like half of what Red Bull has, which are mostly, I mean, basically it's all Verstappen points. Yeah. So I mean, it would be fucking hilarious. It would be hilarious. But it's gonna be hard.
Well, I think that, as we've already discussed, they need to forget this papaya business. They need to have a driver that they want to win, whether it be Piastri or Norris. It changes through the year, but they've got to concentrate on this instead of this being fair business. I bet somebody who is laughing his ass off at the moment is Ron Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, now it's too late for them to do that. It's just too late. So they have to
come up with something really radical for the last race, but that just doesn't seem likely, does it?
Listen, the only radical thing that might happen is that, I don't know, if Piastri gets the runs or something like that. But it's. I mean, they have to. I mean, and now that on paper Piastri also has a fighting chance for the title, then I mean, look what happened on Sunday. They were not even able to cover one driver and the other just because they were afraid that somebody might say, "Oh, you see you favored that guy instead of the other guy." They're terrified, and
Well, that was the one good thing about Ron Dennis. when Ron Dennis made up his mind what was going to happen, that was what was going to happen, no matter what influences were imposed upon him. But
I mean,
this, I mean, if you think back to Prost and Senna days, you know, this would have never happened. It would have never ever happened to get themselves in this stupid situation.
well, okay. I mean, when Senna was ready for McLaren, I mean, yeah, there was Prost, and we know how it ended, you know. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, Senna, and I mean, you can't compare Senna and Prost to Piastri and Norris. Okay,
well, that's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. It's a different world in Formula One now. Unfortunately, McLaren seem to have made themselves into the politically correct team in Formula One, which is perhaps not the best idea when you're in competitive sports, especially one as competitive as Formula One.
That's why I said, you know, it would be fucking hilarious if Verstappen wins the championship. I mean, yeah, it would be mental, you know?
Yeah, but it's going to be an exciting race, whatever happens.
Listen, okay, let's do this. If Verstappen wins the championship, you have to go to the McLaren headquarters, okay, and take a picture of the people at 9 o'clock. You know, when they get in, you got to take a picture of the faces. You got to go there. I mean, you send me the bill. I don't care. I cover everything. You go there and you come back with pictures.
I thought there'll be a few people phoning in sick that morning. Perhaps.
Yeah. But I'm more interested in the ones which will actually go in the office. You know, I understand the one which say, "No, listen, I'm not feeling really well." You know, but the one which go in the office, I want to see their faces. Yeah,
I'll tell you, they better watch out if Verstappen wins that championship. They better watch out for Mark Webber, because Mark Webber is going to be fucking annoyed.
Oh, Mark Webber is gonna set the cars on fire. Yeah. No, oh yeah, absolutely. He's gonna come there with a fire launcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
No question about it. Yeah.
Apparently, he was best avoided after the race this weekend. Was Mark Webber? One of the journalists said he was really angry. So.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Anyway, okay. It's all for now, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Last week of the season. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much, and take care. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks for coming to see us, everybody.